It was a chilly October evening when Sarah, a bold and adventurous soul, decided to organize a sleepover at the old mansion. With her friends Jess, Mike, and Alex in tow, they ventured into the woods, their flashlights cutting through the darkness like beacons of hope. As they approached the mansion, a sense of foreboding washed over them. The once grand facade now lay in ruins, its windows shattered, and ivy creeping up its walls like sinister fingers. But despite the eerie atmosphere, the teens pressed on, eager for the thrill of spending a night in a haunted house. As they entered the mansion, the air grew thick with a sense of dread. Sarah recounted the legends surrounding the place, tales of murder, betrayal, and restless spirits doomed to wander its halls for eternity. The group listened intently, their imaginations running wild with each chilling detail. According to local lore, the mansion was once owned by the wealthy Sinclair family, but tragedy struck when the patriarch, Nathaniel Sinclair, murdered his wife and children in a fit of madness before taking his own life. Since then, the mansion had remained abandoned, its halls haunted by the vengeful spirits of the Sinclair family. As night fell, the group settled in for the sleepover, their nerves tingling with anticipation. But as the hours passed, strange things began to happen. Doors creaked open on their own, eerie whispers echoed through the halls, and shadows danced in the flickering candlelight. At first, the teens brushed off these occurrences as mere coincidences. But as the night wore on, the disturbances grew more intense. Sarah claimed to have seen the ghostly figure of a woman lurking in the shadows, while Jess swore she heard the sound of children laughing somewhere in the depths of the mansion. As fear gripped their hearts, the group huddled together for comfort, their minds racing with fear. They knew they had to leave, but the mansion seemed to have other plans. Doors slammed shut, trapping them inside, while the walls themselves seemed to shift and contort, twisting reality into a nightmarish maze. Desperate to escape, the teens searched for a way out, their footsteps echoing through the empty halls. But no matter which path they took, they found themselves back where they started, trapped in a never-ending cycle of terror. With their sanity hanging by a thread, the group made a final stand against the forces that sought to consume them. Armed with nothing but their courage and determination, they confronted the darkness head-on, refusing to be its next victims. In a climactic showdown, they faced the ghostly apparitions of the Sinclair family, their anguished cries echoing through the mansion. With a collective scream, they banished the spirits back to the depths of hell, breaking the curse that had plagued the mansion for generations. Despite banishing the spirits from the mansion, an unsettling feeling lingered in the air as the group ventured back through the woods. They couldn't shake the sensation of being watched, as if the darkness itself had eyes that followed their every move. As they walked, Sarah couldn't help but glance over her shoulder, half expecting to see the ghostly figure of Nathaniel Sinclair lurking among the trees. Mike, usually the most stoic of the group, jumped at the slightest sound, his nerves frayed from the night's events. Jess, normally the voice of reason, couldn't shake the feeling that they hadn't seen the last of the mansion's horrors. And Alex, the joker of the group, fell silent, his usual bravado replaced by a sense of unease. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the group emerged from the woods and back into the safety of the town. But even as they bid each other farewell and went their separate ways, the memory of their night in the mansion continued to haunt them. Sarah found herself unable to sleep, tormented by nightmares of the Sinclair family's tragic demise. Jess became obsessed with researching the history of the mansion, determined to uncover the truth behind its haunted past. Mike avoided the woods at all costs, unable to shake the feeling of dread that clung to him like a shadow. And Alex, haunted by the memory of the mansion's eerie whispers, sought solace in the company of friends, afraid to be alone with his thoughts. As the days turned into weeks, the group's lives returned to normal, or so they thought. But just when they thought they had left the horrors of the mansion behind, a new terror emerged, one more sinister than anything they had faced before. It started with strange occurrences, objects moving on their own, mysterious whispers in the dead of night, and the feeling of being watched wherever they went. At first, the teens brushed off these incidents as mere coincidence, but as they grew more frequent and more terrifying, they realized that something far more malevolent was at play. As the supernatural phenomena escalated, the group's sanity began to unravel. Sarah, once the fearless leader of their group, became consumed by paranoia, convinced that the spirits of the Sinclair family were haunting her every waking moment. Jess's research led her down a dark path as she delved deeper into the mysteries of the mansion, uncovering secrets that were better left buried. Mike, plagued by guilt over their night in the mansion, withdrew from his friends and family, consumed by the belief that he was cursed. And Alex, the jovial prankster, descended into madness, his laughter now tinged with a hint of hysteria. As the darkness closed in around them, the group knew that they had to face their demons once and for all. With trembling hands and hearts heavy with fear, they returned to the mansion, determined to put an end to the curse that had plagued them for so long. But as they entered the crumbling ruins, they realized that they were not alone. The spirits of the Sinclair family awaited them, their eyes burning with a malevolent fury that sent shivers down their spines. With a cry of defiance, the group confronted the spirits, their courage bolstered by the knowledge that they had faced far worse than this. In a desperate battle between the living and the dead, they fought tooth and nail, refusing to back down in the face of overwhelming odds. As the dust settled and the echoes of their battle faded into silence, the group emerged victorious, their bond stronger than ever before. The curse that had plagued them for so long was finally broken, its hold over them shattered by the strength of their friendship and the power of their will. As they made their way out of the mansion, the first rays of dawn illuminated the horizon, casting the ruins in a warm golden light. And as they looked back one last time at the haunted mansion that had brought them so much pain and suffering, they knew that they had triumphed over evil and emerged victorious.